Hello, my name is Kristi Ockba, and I'd like to conduct a small experiment with you all. I will not be asking you for the result. You alone will know how you respond to what you're about to see and hear. What I'll be asking you to do, though, is have an opinion on what you see and what you hear. Formulate this opinion as I continue talking. All right, let's start with the experiment. As you hear me speak now, I'd like you to allow yourself to formulate this opinion of me. I'd like you to imagine, or make up your mind really, about what you think I look like, where I'm from, and what kind of person I am. Anything that comes to mind. All right, I have a lot of stuff, so bear with me. As you can see, I'm a Muslim woman, and what I'm wearing is a niqab. It's not a burqa, even though many people do refer to it as a burqa, but it is a niqab. And the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter what it's called. At the end of the day, it's a very conservative form of dress for women of the Muslim faith. So not all women actually dress this way. This is one of the most conservative forms. Now, it's very important to bear in mind that this is a choice that women make. Some women tend to make this choice, but then again, you have women who are forced to wear this by either their families or by the norms of the society. But like I said in the beginning, these are choices that some women actually do make. And in my case, I actually made this choice. And I made this choice right before I turned 12. My mother is not Muslim. My father is, but he's not especially religious. And so for him, it wasn't something that he had forced upon me. But as my parents divorced or separated, then many events in my life took place that led me to making that choice. I grew up in a country called Kuwait, and I'm sure you all know where Kuwait is. Usually when people don't know where Kuwait is, then I refer to how many. Okay, let's do the show of hands thing. How many of you actually know where Kuwait is? Raise your hand. Very good, thank God. University students. Because I've asked, and I go to schools sometimes and I talk and nobody knows. And then I say, okay, do you know where Iraq is? Or do you know Iraq? And they're like, oh, everybody knows Iraq. And it's basically right down there. So anyway, after my parents divorced, and there was a lot of drama, obviously, but what happened after that was that my uncle came to visit from Yemen, him and his wife. And they were very religious. And they were also very kind. And they were very wise, at least they seemed very wise. And they had a whole bunch of wonderful stories. So for me, everything that they said resonated at a very deep level. It all sunk in. And at one point, when I was in Yemen with them, they suggested that I wear the niqab as well. And when they did that, I thought it was a wonderful idea. I didn't even think twice. So I just started to wear it. And the thing is that if you can imagine an open person wearing the niqab and still remaining open, it's actually quite a funny sight, because I didn't change the kind of person that I was. I still remained a very outgoing person, and the only thing was how people perceived me. Now, in Yemen, it wasn't a problem, but in Kuwait, it wasn't very popular to be wearing the niqab. So when I was at school in Kuwait, my best friend was actually also half-breed like me, and she didn't wear any sort of head cover. But she was the girl that I would always hang out with. So we were an odd couple, to say the least. Now, as time went by, I started realizing that I started making exceptions. I made exceptions to when I wore the full niqab. Some of those exceptions were when I went horseback riding, for instance, and when we occasionally visited the ice skating ring in Kuwait. So that was obviously a bit difficult if I were to go with my niqab ice skating. Now, what happened after that was this, that once I finished high school, I realized that I wasn't really convinced with wearing the niqab. So I decided to take it off. And nobody really cared, except maybe my uncle, who felt a little disappointed. But everybody else seemed to... It was a difficult choice because I had been wearing it for so long. But then I decided that, no, I think it's enough. And I stopped wearing it. Now, what's really important here is that it was my choice. And if anybody would have come and told me to take it off prior to me making that choice, I would have fought, because it was something that I had decided. So what I'm going to do now is take the niqab off, because it's really difficult to breathe and talk. Now, the truth of the matter is that regardless of what we wear, who we are, what we believe, and what our diets might be, or who we choose to love, all of these things at one point or other will receive some sort of unwarranted judgment by people. And this is, of course, a very extreme form. You can't help but notice somebody in Estonia wearing completely black, and that will automatically receive some sort of judgment. But even talking about smaller and maybe less striking things, in this case, you would also still receive the same sort of prejudgment. Now, what I'd like to do is this. The second thing that I'd like to do in my experiment, of course, as I'm unveiling, literally, a lot of, or revealing a lot of information about myself, I'd like you to still continue with making up your mind, or making an opinion of who you think I am and what kind of a person you think I am. So since we're all students here, or have at least been students at some point maybe, I'm sure that you've seen... Imagine you have a friend who is a Muslim and they decide that, okay, after class I need to go pray. So I'm just going to stand over here and I'm going to pray. And I would like to share with you one rak'ah, which is basically just a small part of the entire prayer. Allahu Akbar. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمد ربنا ولك الحمد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى. الله أكبر. التحيات لله المباركات الصلوات الطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم. بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. I'd like to continue. Kui mind siia kutsuti rääkima, siis oli loomulikult vaja täpsustada täpselt, millest ma hakkan siin rääkima. Ja väga tihti on selline asi minuga juhtunud, et mul on pandud selline tiitel nagu islami ekspert. See on siuke huvitav ja põnev tiitel. Aga kui lubate mul moment, ma sätiksin ennast, et siis ma saan paremini rääkida. Ma näitan, tegelikult ma ikkagi olen selline, kui ma siin Eestis käin ringi. Ja pearätti ma kannan ikkagi, aga kas see nüüd on see õige viis või vale viis või minu viis, kuidas seda kanda? Nii. Aga ma tahakski rääkida just sellest, et kuna mind kutsutakse nagu islami ekspertiks vahest, siis see ei saa olla vihje sellele, et ma oleksin kuidagi moodi, et ma oleksin teadlane selles asjas, et ma ei ole seda õppinud, ma olen pigem seda kõik läbi elanud, ma olen inimestega, ma olen nendes ühiskondades elanud, ma olen seal üles kasvanud, ma olen teisest klassist alates õppinud islami kohta, mul on väga head sõbrad, parimad sõbrad, kes on moslemid, kellel on ka väga erinevad vaated ja eluviisid. Ja ma olen pidanud väga palju iseennast täiendama just islami puhul, sellepärast islamiga seoses, sest et kui tuled Eestisse, siis on vaja alati selgitada, mille pärast sa midagi teed. Et see ei ole iseenesest mõistetav, mille pärast keegi midagi teeb või palvetab või paastub. Ja siis, kui sa hakkadki selgitama, siis sa pead endale ka aru andma, et aga miks ma siis seda usun, miks ma siis selline olen ja miks ma seda kõike teen. Nii et kui see teeb minust eksperdi, siis jah, ma olen islami ekspert. Stereotüüpide ekspert ma ei ole, aga siiski ma olen nende peale väga palju mõelnud. Loomulikult, miks ma üldse teie ees hakkasin palvetama, oli jälle osa sellest eksperimendist ja kui ebamugavalt või kuidas te ennast tundsite, kui selline asi juhtus. Praegu on ta siin laval, aga kui ta oleks juhtunud kuskil eraelus, siis mis see kõik oleks tähendanud. Aga ma ei hakka teile rääkima väga palju sellest, mis see kõik, mis seal palves toimus, aga et teil tekiks mingisugune arusaam lihtsalt, siis põhimõtteliselt on see, mis seal alati loetakse, need põhitekstid on siis avaja, suuratil Fatiha, ja põhiliselt on, see ongi see tekst, et armulise helde Jumala nimel, kiitus Jumalale maailmade issandale, armulisele heldele viimse kohtupäeva kuningale ja nii edasi. Teine värss, mida ma ise võin valida, oli siis see värss ja see on osa sellest suurast ja see on esimene siis ilmutus prohvetile, kus siis teda käsitakse loeissanda nimel, kes on loonud inimese veremügarast, loe, sest sinu issand on õilis. Ta on õpetanud kirjasulega inimesi tarkust, mida ta ei teadnud. Inimesele tarkust, mida ta ei teadnud. Nii et kui teil juba tekib selline arusaamine, et nad ei et see on põhimõtteliselt lihtsalt selle inimese katse leida enda teed, siis võib-olla see teeb asja natukene sõbralikumaks. Mida ma tõesti tahan teile kiiresti nüüd öelda, on see, et minu meelest üldse see stereotüüpide teema on täiesti aktsepteeritav asi, sest see on osa meie elust ja tegelikult see ongi see edasiviiv jõud, miks me alati tahame teada kõike. Me tahame teada, mis on metsas, mis on metsa taga, mis on üle mere, mis on kuu peal. Aga samas me tahame ka teada seda, mis naabritädi kannab. Me tahame teada, millega ta tegeleb. Me tahame teada, mida ta süüa teeb. Et meie uudishimu on seinast seina. Aga selle jaoks, et teada nüüd naabritädi kohta midagi, siis naabritädisid on ju nii palju. Ja ega tegelikult me ju ei viitsi väga süveneda ka sellesse, et mis see naabritädi tegelikult ka iseendast, milline ta siis tegelikult on. Ja see on siis see põhjus minu meelest, miks me üritame endale elu alati kergemaks teha. Me teeme selliseid asju, et kuna me oleme uudishimulikud ja me oleme laisad, siis me alati üritame hästi kiiresti teada ja me üritame väga tihti ka sellist asja teha, et inimesi kastidesse panna. Ja need kastid põhimõtteliselt on meil on erinevad kastitegijad, kastidisainerid, näiteks meedia ja perekond, ühiskond. Kõik need inimesed, kes põhimõtteliselt aitavad meil siis teha kastid, kuhu paigutatakse mehed ja naised, lapsed ja tüdrukud ja poisid ja hipid ja hipsterid ja igasugused inimesed. Aga ma tahangi, kuna aeg kindlasti tiksub ja ma olen kuidagi hakanud juba ajaga hätta jääma, siis ma tahan teile lihtsalt lõpetada äkki sellega, et väga oluline on minu meelest, et stereotüüpid vahest muutuvad meil ebasobivateks naljadeks, et lihtsalt neid pehmendada näiteks. Aga need pehmendused meile põhimõtteliselt teevad sellise olukorra, et nad kahjuks panevad meid unustama, mis tegelikult siis näiteks faktid on. Ja siis sellisel juhul tulebki lihtsalt aru saada ja tõdeda, et kui me lepime põhimõtteliselt ühe stereotüübiga, siis me peame lõppude lõpuks ka leppima kõikide stereotüüpidega. Nii et aitäh teile!